back with our next class. In today's class, we are going to discuss a new chapter, that is mineral nutrition. Now see, food, a generalized term. We continuously use the term food, and it is something that would provide you energy to carry on with the day-to-day life activities and also would provide you constituents for bodybuilding, right? But otherwise, food is a very complex substance and majorly can be divided into two categories, that is organic as well as inorganic. Organic constituents of the food would be again consisting of so many components like carbohydrate, fats, protein, etc. On the other hand, for inorganic substances, if we talk about, the inorganic substances would be carbon dioxide, water, oxygen, etc. But a very important part of the inorganic nutrients that food provides us would be the mineral elements. There are so many essential mineral elements which are required absolutely for our survival, for completion of our life cycle. Without that, or without those mineral elements, the overall growth and development of any organism won't be possible. So in this chapter mainly, we are going to discuss about all those essential mineral elements which are required for a plant to complete its life cycle, without which a plant simply cannot survive. Alright? Now, we are going to start this chapter with a very unique method that's called hydroponics. Now, what's so unique about hydroponics? See, hydroponics is a procedure in which we grow plants without soil. That seems to be very interesting, right? How can a plant be born or a plant would grow without soil? Now, in hydroponics, we make it possible. In hydroponics, we grow plants without soil in a balanced nutrient solution. This technique is not very advanced as well. It was proposed by a German botanist, that is Julius von Sachs, in 1860. Alright, so it is a very old technique in which we grow plants without soil in a balanced nutrient solution. Alright, now how is the hydroponics apparatus made? How exactly is it practiced? See, it is practiced as such. Very simple otherwise. This is the simple apparatus of hydroponics. You need to take a clean glass jar which has to be first of all wrapped up with a black paper so that there is no chances of algal contamination, or else the root should not be negatively affected by the presence of light. Alright? So first we take a clean glass jar, we wrap it up with a black paper, and then we fill the jar with solution, the balanced nutrient solution. Now, what is balanced nutrient solution? Balanced nutrient solution means purified water. Purified water which consists of all the essential mineral elements in specific concentration in which the plant would require them. It's not that any random concentration of mineral nutrients would do. You have to be mixing the mineral nutrients here in a very specific concentration. Alright? So once you do that, we get a balanced nutrient solution. Alright? So we fill the jar with the balanced nutrient solution, and then we cover the entire, the opening of the jar with a split cork. So this is the split cork with 3 splits. 1, 2 and 3. From the first one you can see we have introduced a funnel. Alright. The funnel is to add if there is any requirement for further introduction of balanced nutrient solution, that can be done by using the funnel. From the other split, we introduce an aerating tube. This aerating tube will help you to agitate the solution whenever required for proper aeration. Alright. And from the middle split, we introduce a seed that would germinate and give rise to a plantlet. So that's how you're growing a plant in a balanced nutrient solution without soil, and that's what is hydroponics. They might be thinking that in this chapter we were supposed to study the mineral nutrition of plant. That means we were supposed to talk about all the mineral elements which are essential to a plant, how are they going to be helping the plant, in what are the functions of them, what are their deficiency symptoms, all of that we should be discussing. All of a sudden, why have we started talking about a technique called hydroponics, right? That's because using hydroponics we can actually learn a lot regarding the mineral nutrition of a plant. To understand by the help of hydroponics you can understand all the specific requirements of a mineral, or what are the roles a mineral elements would play in the plant body. Every specificities you would be learning from hydroponics. How? That would happen because, see, in the balanced nutrient solution, suppose while I was making the balanced nutrient solution, suppose I don't introduce an element that is magnesium. Okay? So if I don't introduce magnesium and I find that the plant is growing without any kind of abnormality, the plant is showing no deficiency symptoms at all, the plant is able to grow without any kind of problem. So that means first thing I would learn is that magnesium is not an essential element. Okay? So by hydroponics, first thing you're getting an idea which of the elements are essential and which are not. Likewise, in case you find that due to magnesium not being there are certain kind of abnormalities seen in the appearance of the plant. Say certain kind of spots appearing in the leaves, or the leaves getting turning yellow, or some kind of abnormality. So this abnormality for sure you will be able to understand is happening due to magnesium not being there. Okay, so that means first thing you're getting to know that magnesium is of course an essential element. Without it the plant is having a problem to grow. Also you are getting to learn what are the specific deficiency symptoms that would be happening in a plant body due to lack of magnesium. Now suppose I start adding magnesium. Now that I know that it is essential, I start adding it. Once I keep increasing the concentration of magnesium at the specific concentration in which I find that the deficiency symptom starts to disappear, that concentration I can be sure of is the specific concentration of magnesium in which that element will be required. Understood? So I am able to learn by this technique that what are the specific concentration in which a mineral is required in the plant body. Okay, in my example I have taken magnesium. It can be any element, whichever you want to study. So you are getting an overall idea regarding mineral nutrition of a plant by the help of hydroponics, isn't it? So that's how hydroponics becomes so important in the mineral nutrition, in the study of mineral nutrition of a plant. Of course, hydroponics have other applications as well. It's not only about studying the mineral nutrition of a plant that hydroponics is practiced. Hydroponics is practiced for many other things, like first of all, you can grow plants in a place or a region where fertile soil is not present. You can grow plants there without any problem by using hydroponics. Likewise, hydroponics eliminates the risk of soil pathogens or weeds, and also by using hydroponics we can grow seedless variety of many plants like tomato, lettuce, etc. Alright, so these are applications of hydroponics. I hope all of you are clear about it. So now, next let us discuss essentiality criteria of mineral elements. See, around 105 mineral elements or 105 elements are known. See, 105 elements are known, and out of that 60 elements have been found inside the plant body. Means 60 of the elements have been absorbed by the plants. One of such interesting thing that was found inside the plant body, even if in traces, was gold. Now gold was absorbed by the plant body. Does that really mean that gold will be required for plants' growth and development? No. Certain elements are absorbed by the roots just because they are available in the surrounding. So out of those 60 elements which were found inside the plant body, even if in traces, how do we determine out of those 60 which are actually essential, without which a plant would not be able to complete its life cycle? How do we determine that? To determine that, there was a essentiality criteria formed by two scientists, Arnon and Stout. They formed an essentiality criteria, and those elements which will fulfill that, they would be termed essential, and which won't be able to fulfill that would be simply regarded as non-essential. As simple as that. So what is the essentiality criteria? First thing, for essentiality criteria, the first criteria would be, for an element to be called essential, it should be absolutely required for the plant's growth and development. Means without it, the plant simply should not be able to complete its life cycle. Okay, that's the first thing. It is required to complete plant's life cycle. Second, it should play a very important structural or physiological role. Say for example, magnesium. Say again magnesium. Magnesium is a core component of the chlorophyll pigment. Structure of chlorophyll consists of magnesium at its core. So can the plant survive without magnesium? As because plants of course cannot photosynthesize without chlorophyll, and magnesium is a component of it, structural component of it. Of course then plants cannot survive without magnesium, isn't it? Likewise, say the energy currency of the cell being ATP, adenosine triphosphate, so phosphorus, it plays a very important physiological role then. So certain kind of elements which are absolutely necessary, which are playing very crucial structural or physiological role, they have to be considered essential. Alright, so it should have crucial structural or physiological role. Alright. Next, it should not be replaceable by other elements. Okay, like magnesium, that is the only thing that can form the chlorophyll. ATP, phosphorus, is the only thing that has to be present in ATP. They cannot be simply replaced, right? So it should not be replaceable. Next, the element to be called essential should produce some deficiency symptoms in case it is absent in the surrounding of the plant. So, it should produce deficiency symptoms. And finally, the deficiency symptoms must disappear once the mineral becomes or element becomes available to the plants. So, the deficiency symptoms must disappear once the element becomes available. So these are the 5 essentiality criteria which, if fulfilled, an element can be called essential, otherwise not. So after fulfilling or after checking for all those 60 elements which were found in the plant body, when they were all checked for these criteria, only 17 elements could fulfill the criteria. So that means there are 17 essential elements present which can be called essential for the plant's life cycle or for completion of the plant's life cycle. So these 17 essential elements are carbon, hydrogen, let me write it for you, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, magnesium, potassium, phosphorus, sulfur, calcium, iron, manganese, zinc, copper, boron, molybdenum, nickel and chlorine. Alright, 17, are they 17? Yeah, 17 essential elements. Alright, so these are the 17 essential elements which are absolutely required for the completion of plant's life cycle. So now that you know which are the essential elements, further discussion about them we'll be doing in the next class.